In the busiest subway stations of Tokyo, or amidst the boisterous crowds of Osaka's restaurants, you will always encounter a peculiar kind of stillness. This quiet doesn't come from physical isolation, but from the children moving through these spaces. Many travelers return with the same observation. Japanese children seem to possess a sense of composure far beyond their years. Facing a dazzling array of toys, they show restraint. Facing sudden conflict, they rarely scream or throw tantrums. Outsiders often attribute this to strict upbringing, even suggesting that such restraint is a suppression of a child's true nature. But if you step into their daily lives, you'll be surprised to find that yelling is almost non-existent in their homes and kindergartens. This stillness isn't forced, it is cultivated. It grows from within. Behind this lies a century of parenting logic, which can be distilled into 4 keywords filled with warmth. 1. Ame. The starting point of independence is absolute dependence. This might sound a bit counterintuitive. In a parenting culture where cry-it-out methods and early independence are popular, the starting point of Japanese upbringing is actually ame. The renowned psychologist Takeo Doi pointed out in his book, The Anatomy of Dependence, that the reason Japanese children are so calm is that they receive an incredibly rich sense of acceptance in their early years. In Japan, parents spend a vast amount of time carrying or holding their children. This physical proximity acts as a primal defense of safety. When we look at neuroscience, the logic becomes clear. This gentle, high-frequency contact causes the brain to continuously secrete oxytocin, the natural enemy of cortisol, the stress hormone. Consequently, when a Japanese child faces a setback, their stress switch doesn't easily trip. They can remain calm because their psychological reservoir was filled with love from the very beginning. The true color of calmness is never indifference. It is absolute security. 2. Shitsuke. Silent example is the strongest discipline. Now that we have love, where do the rules come from? This brings us to the second key word, shitsuke, or discipline. In Japan, shitsuke isn't something you talk into existence, and it certainly isn't something you shout into place. Imagine a scene in a supermarket. A child wants a toy, but the parent refuses. A common response elsewhere might be a 5-minute logical debate, or even a harsh ultimatum. But Japanese parents typically adopt what we call low-energy feedback. They lower their voice, communicate through eye contact, or softly say, "This would cause trouble for the shopkeeper, wouldn't it?" There is a key psychological mechanism hidden here: mirror neurons. Children are natural mimicry machines. If a parent screams during a conflict, the child's brain learns that roaring is the most efficient way to solve a problem. Japanese parents practice Sanaka o Mizeru, showing the child your back. By maintaining their own absolute composure, they force the child into an observer mode. When you stop providing oxygen to the flame, the fire naturally dies out. If you want your child to be graceful, you must first remain graceful in the midst of chaos. 3. Omoyari. The world does not revolve around you. If the previous discipline was focused inward, then omoyari, or empathy, is the bridge that connects the child to the rest of the world. From a very young age, a specific seed is planted in the minds of Japanese children. The world does not revolve around you. This education often involves a touch of personified tenderness. When a child breaks a toy, a parent might say, "The little car must be in so much pain. Look, it's crying." This isn't just being cute. It's a sophisticated form of perspective shifting training. When a child can sense that the chair might be tired or the floor might be hurting, by the time they are 4 or 5, they naturally come to understand. If I scream on the subway, that tired man sitting next to me will feel very uncomfortable. This education is further reinforced in schools. In a system where there are no janitors, children must clean the toilets and serve lunch themselves. This participatory responsibility teaches them a vital lesson. The harmony of an environment requires the restraint of every individual within it. That coolness we see in public is actually a form of social consciousness. They aren't behaving because they fear being scolded. They behave because they truly do not want to trouble others. 4. Gaman, resilience polished through waiting. The final key word is gaman. It translates to patience, but it carries a deeper meaning, maintaining one's dignity and composure in the face of adversity. In this era of short-form videos and instant gratification, we are often too quick to provide feedback. If a child cries, we give them candy. If a child is bored, we hand them a phone. But in Japan, parents intentionally create a sense of controlled deprivation. Think of elementary students running in shorts during the dead of winter. This is not torture. It is an exercise for the prefrontal cortex, the high command of the brain responsible for rational control and impulse regulation. When a child learns how to endure the cold, how to wait quietly in line, and how to wait for the entire class to be served before starting their meal, their self-control muscle is profoundly strengthened. Of course, they still have emotional breakdowns. However, Japanese parents often use cool-down periods. They avoid public confrontations, allowing the child to save face. This intentional silence gives the child the space to self-regulate. It teaches them a vital lesson. My emotions are my own responsibility. They are not a bargaining chip used to blackmail the world. By sharing this, I don't mean to suggest that everyone should blindly copy a single model. Every culture comes with its own trade-offs. But the true inspiration Japanese parenting offers us is the steady power of slowing down. Raising a calm child is, in fact, giving them a gift that lasts a lifetime. It means that in their future adult lives, no matter how violent the storms may be, their inner core will remain stable. They will not be easily swallowed by the giant waves of emotion. Parenting, ultimately, is a journey of self-cultivation for the parents themselves. It's not so much that we are educating them. Rather, through their moments of losing control, they are reminding us to find our own inner peace. To find that quiet center once again.